Dun, 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 dun.
It's a theme to Superman?
I didn't intend it to be.
Well, it kind of sounded like that.
Can you guys hear the wonderful sound of fucking children?
Yes.
Outside? Isn't it fucking great?
What are they doing? Playing basketball or something?
Right outside my fucking goddamn window.
Oh, come on. You love it and you know it.
No, I don't. As a matter of fact, Steve, I pretty much hate it. It pretty much just sucks. And this is
they're loud children too. What are they doing out there?
All the fucking time. God only knows. God only knows.
We used to have a nice, peaceful neighborhood until my new neighbors moved in. Now, they're not bad people. Don't get me wrong. But their son loves basketball. And they put his basketball hoop in the driveway, which happens to face my living room. And so all I hear all day long is the fucking basketball. I mean, all fucking day. It doesn't matter what time of year either. As long as there's no snow on the driveway, he's out there playing.
Right.
And then it's one of those plastic backboards, so when the ball hits it, it makes this loud fucking noise. Yeah. Had to move. Michael Jordan fucking had to move next door to me.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're always out there. I mean, and it's always when I go to start the show that they're loud, noisy, and it doesn't matter if I shut the friggin' windows or not. They're just out there screaming and hooting and hollering. It's so great.
I'm going to guess they're not children that you have any say over. They're
hell no.
Neighbor kids or something?
Yeah. Fucking riffraff is what they are. Fucking riffraff. I mean, literally, I've been dealing with so much shit. We got a notice about just, oh God, it gets bad.
I'm just your comment about these probably very innocent young children. Fucking riffraff.
Yeah, fucking riffraff. It is. It's fucking riffraff. I hate it. It's enough to drive you insane. But anyway. And I have
God.
You know, like I'm not like, against children by any stretch of the imagination. I've been through it.
Right. Been there myself.
I understand,
on a certain level.
They've they've got a ton of energy. They need to get energy out.
They just need to do it somewhere else.
Not, right outside my window.
I can imagine Chris being that old man yelling,
"Get off my lawn!" Fucking Clint Eastwood in Gran Torino.
Just put a beware of dog sign outside.
Yeah. Anywho. Are we ready to do an actual show?
Yeah, we'll try.
It seems like it's like not. We don't have the normal spunk, Steve.
I've got spunk tonight.
You've got spunk? You've got some moxie, do you?
You guys may not, but I'm full of fucking spunk. I've got shit to say.
Whoa.
It's not anything important.
Whoa! I thought like you had stuff you needed to get out.
Oh no, there's none of that.
No.
I just got shit to say.
Oh no. Well, I was hoping like you'd have I was hoping you were gonna unload, because when you unload, it's fucking great.
I don't do it very often though.
No, you don't.
What's there to unload about, man? I mean, life, is what it is. You can't
life is
angry all the time. That's right. I watched that movie the other day. It's what is it? A Beautiful Mind. That was good. I mean, I've seen it before, but I always enjoy watching that.
Okay. What does that have to do with anything?
Well, you said life is beautiful.
Life is
just reminded me of that.
Life can be beautiful. Life is beautiful. Yeah. Well, no. See, I think a lot of times when you get into these, downward spirals, or you get into these moments where, life is kind of beating you down, you forget to have a little bit of perspective.
That's right.
And I'm horrible about it because I know better.
That's also correct.
I know that, having a little bit of perspective and realizing that these things happen and you can bounce back from these things, and that it's usually just a way to grow, if you will,
There you go. That's a
or
good attitude to
or
have.
it's an opportunity, Steve.
I think it's a great opportunity, whatever it is.
Like one of my favorite books is Illusions by Richard Bach, and there's a quote in there which says, there isn't a problem in the world without a gift in its hands for you. You choose to have problems because you need their gifts. So, I
Oh,
mean,
I must have a lot of fucking gifts. So do you.
well,
I think you got more gifts than I do.
and an old friend of me once told me, he's like, you you have these things that happen to you, and a lot of times, people can tell you all day long to, don't do that, or to go about it this way, and you probably will still do it. And he's like, he equated it to telling a child not to touch a hot stove.
Hmm.
He was like, you can tell the child all day long to not touch the hot stove, but until they touch it and burn themselves, that's when it sticks.
Right. Right.
you know it's Sometimes you just need that big slap in the face to go, oh, ooh.
Man, we're
And
philosophical and shit tonight.
every once in a while, Steve, every once in a while.
I'm
So
not sure I like that.
you don't like being philosophical?
I don't know.
Why not, Steve?
I don't know.
Because I've had a few people come out and ask me, if I'm all right, if I'm doing okay. I mean, yes, that ultimately, yes. uh, I'm okay, everything's fine. I will obviously get through it. um, but it really is an opportunity for me to change or to do something different, or to figure out something about my life. I can't, if I sit and wallow in it, I'm going to get nowhere. It's just not
Mhm.
good. It's not going to help me. It's not going to make anything any better. So yeah, I'm fine. um, what direction I'll take from here is up in the air, really. um, I don't know. I've been thinking a lot on it, like the past week or so. Well, week really. um, about what I want to do, or what I like to do, or where I should direct my energy. But it's 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 a learning curve. So
Yeah, well, life itself is a learning curve.
mm, yeah. And I
It
mean,
is.
you did a major thing a while back where you had to make a choice about where your career was going,
Yep.
and it had a lot to do with what was going on with you medically.
Right.
um, but I remember when you made that leap, you were worried.
Oh fuck, man! I still worry every fucking day.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
that's part of doing it.
but but you got through it. You did what you had to do, and you've made the best out of it.
I've
So
done pretty damn good.
yeah, you've done very well.
But I'll tell you what, it's still a struggle every day because you don't. What I do, you don't know if you're going to make any money a certain day or not.
Yeah.
So one day I can make $500, and for 2 weeks I can make zero. It's
Right.
just that's the name of the game. But in the end, it all works out, and it always has. But
Yeah,
on average, I do well.
you just never know.
Yeah.
And there's no guarantees in life, and that's the thing that I've known for a long time. But life doesn't meet you halfway. It's not gonna. If you don't take control of your own life, if you don't own up to your own choices, it'll bite you in the ass every fucking time. So it just is what it is.
Damn Skippy.
So yeah, but let's get this thing going. Now that we've waxed all over this fucking philosophical bullshit.
Yeah,
But
fuck that shit.
I did at least want to, because there have been a few people who have asked me, how I'm doing. and fans of the show. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Everything's fine. I'm good. I will carry on.
You've been through some shit, man, and you always get through it.
Yeah, I'll be fine.
Nobody ever asks me how I'm doing. They only message me to complain about the episode.
Hey, well,
and hey, for the record, Richard, I wanted to talk about how you're doing, but you don't want to. So, hey.
How you doing, Richard?
I am fine. Thank you for asking.
There you
go. All right. See? Exactly. That was your answer. So, yeah. Be that as it may. This is the Fortean Slip, episode 43. Should I go with your title, Steve?
I forgot what it was already.
The show's title is Yoko.
Fuck off. The show's title is It's a Conspiracy of Titanic Proportions.
There you go. I love it.
I'm switching it after the show because mine just wasn't as good as Steve's.
I know. Isn't that great? That's like twice in 2 or 3 weeks.
That's right. It's been twice in 2 weeks.
Man, I'm going to get a big fucking head.
Yes. Welcome. We had talked, I think it was right after the show last week, right?
Yes, sir.
And Richard had brought up the idea of conspiracies surrounding the sinking of the Titanic, which I was not aware that there were any.
No, I thought it hit an iceberg and went down. Yeah. That's it.
I mean,
what else is there?
Poor, sweet, naive Steve.
I know.
I guess so. Well, poor, sweet, naive Chris too. There, motherfucker.
I've never heard anybody refer to you as sweet, man.
Yeah, that's true. Poor asshole, motherfucker, douchebag, Chris.
Cunt face.
So anyway, I balked for the longest time even at watching that fucking James Cameron movie. Because everybody was like, you need to see the Titanic. And I'm like, why? What the fuck for? Why do I need to watch a friggin' 2.5, 3 hour movie about a ship I know is going to sink?
Yeah, no, you already know the end pretty much.
Well, it's the journey, man. No shit. Really? But, yeah. And I still just, the movie's just bleh. Bleh.
I want every one of our viewers, the next time they go to a yard sale or a thrift store or a estate sale,
to think of you.
No, I want them to look and see how many copies of the Titanic they find. Like every fucking sale I go to,
they're just dumping that shit. You could make a fucking raft that would have saved most of the people on that fucking boat if you took them all together.
There's more material in the making of the CDs than there were in a whole entire fucking ship. Yeah.
Anyway,
there's a conspiracy right there. They sunk the ship just to make a fucking movie many years later.
More copies of that than there are of the ET fucking Atari game buried in the fucking desert. So Richard was supposed to do his due diligence.
I'm sure he did.
In his research, if you will. Investigative reporting by Richard Allen, which is supposed to be your forte, by the way, Steve.
I gave that up a long time ago, man.
No more investigating?
No, I had to think. I want to think.
Yeah. You were
I was good at thinking.
There was a time you were good at it.
I was. I still am.
Even Phil Pauling said you were a damn good investigator.
And he was right.
At one point in time.
I was.
Now you suck.
Well, I don't want to do it anymore.
You fell off after the friggin' Norm Glasser thing.
There ain't no money in it, man.
You fell off. No. Let's not gloss over this. You fucking fell off after the Norm Glasser thing. You were like, I fucking got it this time, man. I got it. This is the one.
Oh, God.
And fucking.
Right. I kind of took the wind out of my sails.
There goes fucking Steve.
Well, you think if that had panned out, though, think of where I'd be right now. That would have been awesome.
Making no money on YouTube like everybody else.
Well, that is true.
Yeah, last week's show got nailed for friggin' monetization, by the way. And for the record, like it hasn't for a long time. The show has like gone right through and gotten monetization. And for some reason, last week we do Canadian fucking cryptids.
Well, there's your answer. We probably insulted the Canadians, and they had some sort of uprising, like Canadians do.
There is a big problem with like speech in Canada.
Oh.
Yeah, they have some really weird laws about hate speech and shit like that.
I don't think we said anything hateful.
No, we said that they were probably the nicest cryptids around. That they
That's right.
after they scare you, they say they're sorry.
Yeah.
And speaking of
Could be
Canadians,
better.
before we get into the marrow of the show, if you will, kudos to Fred Dunn.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
I don't know exactly what happened. I haven't had a chance to talk to him. I've been meaning to hit him up and try to actually talk to him, talk to him, because I haven't talked to Fred in fucking ages. And he used to do the Daily Dose with me.
Right.
But I guess he went to LA. And
Hollywood, man.
I saw him being filmed for something.
I'm going to assume it was Bigfoot related because I've seen some drawings behind him, but that's just speculation on my part.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, but kudos to Fred. I mean, we have supported him, and for the longest time, the man, and I don't think that he doesn't support us now. He's got just way too much shit going on. He gave us all of our artwork.
Gave.
Yeah, did not charge us a thing.
And even allowed me now don't go try it yourselves, but he even allowed me to, he sent me high resolution copies so I could make posters out of them.
Yeah.
For nothing. I mean, he didn't ask for nothing. He just wanted his artwork out there.
Yeah. And all of the artwork that you see for the Fortean Slip is all done by Fred Dunn or Dred Funn, however you want to look at it. And that's why I have and always will support Fred in any of his endeavors. And, he started going out to Comic-Cons and, working booths.
You see him hanging out with Mick Foley the other day.
Oh, yeah. That was great.
That's pretty cool shit right there. Because he's also big into the wrestling, too.
Yeah.
He loves that stuff. So,
yeah.
I mean, for somebody who's into that, to hang out, actually sit at the same table with Mick Foley and draw him while he's sitting there. I mean, that's something else.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he drew him while he was there. I
know he got him to sign some of them and stuff.
Right, but I think what he did was he drew up a picture for Mick Foley, and he just went to give it to him.
Either way, though, I mean, that was pretty sweet.
But all the love in the world to Fred. I'll support him all until the end. I mean, I just, he's been nothing but great to us, and he is the silent partner of the Fortean Slip. He
personifies Canadianism.
Yeah. Yeah, that too.
You think of a Canadian, his picture, or you open the encyclopedia and it says Canadian, it's fucking Fred Dunn's picture.
It should be.
That's what it is.
Along with a link to his fucking artwork.
Yeah.
So anyway, Richard, we're needing your information, your research, if you will.
Right. The RMS Titanic.
Wow. Fucking look.
Okay.
Listen to the excitement.
Woo! Go on, Richard.
Titanic conspiracies. Go, Richard.
Come on, we're here to cheer you up and make you happy. Now let's go.
The Titanic was a British passenger liner that sank in the North Atlantic Ocean in the early hours of the 15th of April. It collided with an iceberg.
I just thought of something. This is the perfect time to do your fucking pirate voice. You're talking about a ship.
Yeah.
It hit an iceberg, in case you did not know.
Man, that was dead on.
Wow. Listen to that pirate voice. Arr.
And more than 1,500 died. making it one of the most deadliest commercial peacetime maritime disasters in modern history.
Is this fucking NPR?
The
I got a
RMS
story from NPR tonight.
Titanic was the largest ship afloat at the time and was the second of 3 Olympic-class ocean liners operated by the White Star Line. It was built by the Harland and Wolff shipyard in Belfast. Thomas Andrews, her architect, died in the disaster.
Oh,
It remains one of
So
the
wait,
most...
was it like the spruce goose of the fucking sea?
I believe it was unsinkable.
Okay, well, I was just talking, was it the spruce goose of the sea?
Could have been.
apparently.
The spruce goose was very poorly built.
It did fly, though.
It did fly.
Apparently.
So did the Wright brothers plane.
Briefly. And some could say that the Titanic floated briefly.
It did. Well, it floated more than briefly. It
Yeah.
it had a lot of journeys under its belt before it ultimately didn't.
Sank?
Yeah.
No. Continue, Richard, in your best NPR monotone voice that you have tonight.
Give me a moment.
Okay.
You know what NPR is, right, Richard?
I believe it is public radio, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Correct. Silence is wonderful, by the way.
So the
Great
sinking
for radio.
of the Titanic prompted a media frenzy, an overhaul of maritime safety practices, and plenty of fictional depictions of what happened on that cold April night over 100 years ago. Given the level of public interest and scrutiny, it's not surprising that a handful of conspiracy theories have cropped up about the ship's fate. Some are almost entirely fictional, like the idea that a cursed mummy was on board the ship. Others,
Whoa. How come they didn't make a movie about that?
I know.
others allege that the tragedy was a result of insurance fraud or an attempt by J.P. Morgan to rid himself of
They
some
could have had
powerful
Tom
rival.
Cruise fucking survive the sinking of the fucking Titanic.
I know. I mean, they could put the two movies together, and it would be really cool.
Yeah, the Mummy and the Titanic. That
comes
could have been
back
a great
after.
bridge.
Yeah.
So, here are 5 conspiracy theories about the sinking of the Titanic.
Okay. I'm fucking riveted.
Wait.
I'm on the fucking...
Is it going to be only 5 this time?
I'm on the edge of my seat.
Last time it was like 7 or 8.
We have only got 5 this time.
Okay, I don't like to be lied to, so.
Let me
Quattro.
just double check.
Is that the V in Latin?
V,
That is
yes.
5. Yes.
It's Roman numerals.
Oh, yeah, Roman numerals. I'm sorry. We were talking about Latin earlier, so.
Yes.
Okay, yes.
So the first conspiracy theory is that it was sunk because of its anti-Catholic message.
What? The Titanic had an anti-Catholic message?
Indeed, it was hidden on its hull.
Of course it was.
Whoa. Have a drink of water, son.
First, it's important to note that the Titanic was constructed in the city of Belfast by the shipbuilding firm Holland and Wolff. The conspiracy theory is that Catholic workers reacted in horror when the new ship's hull number 390904 was unveiled. The reason, if you flip 390904 upside down, it kind of looks like no pope. As far as the theory goes, the Catholic workers saw this as blasphemy and worried that harm would come to the ship. But there are a number of big problems with this conspiracy theory, which Snopes has also debunked. To start, Holland and Wolff have signed the Titanic yard number 401. The 390904 number is completely made up. What's more, there...
Whoa. Use your words.
What's more,
brighten my day.
There would have
Richard.
been no Catholic workers on hand to warn their Protestant colleagues of the problematic hull number. In 1886, Protestant Holland and Wolf employees launched a large-scale attack on their Catholic co-workers, according to the book The Invention of the White Race. The result was an exodus.
Wait, there was an invention of the white race?
Aye. Forged
Right.
steel and hell.
I wonder who's the inventor.
It'd be a well, I don't know.
Wow.
I suppose black people, because we were all ultimately black as we originated in Africa, and therefore they chose to leave and go to Europe and become white. So it's their fault.
Oh God!
Like
We
Michael
blame
Jackson?
slavery on them, really, if you think about it.
Oh God!
All right.
I hear myself talk sometimes, and I'm like,
And you're fucking disgusted, aren't you?
where's the fucking filter, Rich? Come on. Don't just say what comes into your head.
Oh.
Please don't just say what comes into your head. Well, yeah, no, please do.
Yeah, sure. Keep going.
So wait, whoa! They're white supremacists, Catholics sunk the Titanic. Is that what I'm getting out of this?
Aye, they did.
Arr.
Yarr. 'Twas Catholic white supremacists what sunk the Titanic down to the briny depth and Davy Jones locker. In Irish blood, English heart,
Fuck me.
Ulster Fry returned journeys to Ireland, and he Coalfield writes that by the 20th century, Holland and Wolf had a reputation for only employing Protestants.
How long is this shit gonna last?
I don't know, but it's funny as fuck.
Excuse me.
Ye told me to do the pirate voice, ye massive cunt. Yarr. Right.
Yar, yeah, yar. Ooh.
So now we move on to another theory. Was the Titanic doomed because of a mummy's curse?
Yes.
Mm.
I believe this one because it's totes awesome. No, well, first of all, no, it wasn't. It was human error and a lifeboat shortage brought about the maritime catastrophe. Still, the idea that an ancient curse sunk the ship is one of the more fanciful conspiracy theories that cropped up in the wake of the disaster. According to the legend, an ancient mummified princess left a trail of death and devastation across England in the early 1900s after being excavated and removed from Egypt. That being true, because like they say that about Tutankhamun's tomb and shit. Loads of people,
And shit.
loads of people die that go around this crap. Probably like infectious diseases or some shit, but you know. Still be a good
Maybe they opened the Ark of the Covenant on the ship.
Was this mummy on the fucking ship or what?
No, it wasn't.
Well, then how does it have anything to do with the boat?
Well, I be getting to that, don't I?
All right. Go ahead.
Once the beleaguered community of British art collectors and museum professionals had enough of the haunted mummy, an American archaeologist swooped in to purchase it, ignoring his colleagues' warnings. He headed back to New York with his new acquisition. But the unfortunate scholar and the mummy never made it to the States because, lo and behold, the name of the ship they sailed on was the HMRS Titanic. The whole connection there. The tale is popular, but also completely fictional. Snopes debunked the story, noting that even disregarding the tale's fantastic elements, that no mummy was aboard the
He's
ship.
starting to lose the fucking accent.
No. Here's the thing. The mummy wasn't aboard the ship, but the guy who owned the mummy was aboard the ship. That's not. I believe it. It's the mummy's curse. I mean, look at that shit. The people die all the time with digging up mummies and shit. There's a curse.
Yeah, it's called like bacteria.
No, it's a curse.
Oh. Okay.
Let something fantastical into ye heart, Chris. Yeah, it could be.
How many times do I have to tell you? Fucking Phil Poling destroys it all. Every time I want something fantastic in the world.
No.
Fucking. Hey Phil, what about no.
What? I don't think Phil could touch the mummy's curse.
I think he could.
I don't think so.
Not even Power Breakdown, who some say.
Fuck off. Nobody says anything about him. They say that his fucking YouTube channel's not monetized anymore. That's what they say. And that son of a bitch, by the way, went to friggin' Niagara Falls. Didn't even tell me he was on this side of the country.
I know. You know what? He probably had to drive right by my fucking house to get there.
Right? No, he went through Canada.
Well,
I paid attention to one of his.
There you go. That's why the Canadian.
But Niagara Falls is like an hour and a half. I mean, come on, Phil.
Yeah, didn't even say, hey, by the way, I'm gonna be, in Niagara Falls, which is, in Canada and New York. I'm gonna be right there. No, nothing from Phil.
I'm just saying, all his videos are demonetized, and then he goes to Canada, and our Canada one was demonetized. This is a conspiracy of Phil Poling.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Phil Poling.
I'm seriously wondering how long you're going to keep this voice up.
I'll keep it going for the end of time.
No, you won't. Your fucking voice box is going to go. Your vocal cords are going to get ruined.
No wonder he gets all the complaints for the show. I think I just figured it out.
I get nothing but compliments about me pirate voice.
Oh, I think you were right the first time.
Curvy, cowboy hat wearing transgender Philistine.
Wow, you're a transgender.
Transgender? Where did that come in?
Well,
I have worn a dress. You're right.
Yeah.
I'm not transgender, but I have.
That's more like a transsexual, right?
Cross-dressers don't have to be gay or anything, or trans.
Yeah. I like women's clothing.
I like the way it feels. It's silky and stuff.
You and Ed Wood.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. If that's your sort of thing.
My favorite part of that movie is friggin' Bill Murray when he playing Bunny Breckenridge when he goes, "It's goodbye to Mr. Happy."
Mummy's curse, huh? We got off topic there.
Sorry, Richard. Back to mummies, curses, and sinking ships. Bring it on.
Well, it's true because a lot of the people that opened the Tutankhamun tomb died in somewhat mysterious circumstances. So it is possible to attribute any disaster to the mummy's curse. However, in this case, it'd be a load of bollocks. But it's still interesting. Our next theory takes us to not Nazi Germany, but Kaiser Wilhelm's Germany. Years before World War I, the Germans had a submarine called a U-boat. Was the Titanic sunk by one?
I don't know.
It's a legitimate.
Is there some evidence?
I wasn't there, so I couldn't tell you.
Wait, no, slow down, Richard. You got to do a Nazi voice now. You got to do a German Nazi. Maybe a German Nazi.
Well, actually, there is some evidence.
Fucking God.
Oh my God, that was priceless.
You have no idea how much I wish I could freaking play like a Hitler speech right now.
There is some evidence.
Oh, fuck off. Stop it right now.
That there was another vessel close to the Titanic on the night.
Fucking start, Steve.
The Titanic is known as one of the biggest peacetime maritime disasters in history. The tragedy missed the onset of First World War by 2 years.
Jesus.
I don't know if this is German or Asian or I don't know. It's like a mix between the two, but it's hilarious. I love it.
But some still speculate that a German U-boat was really behind the ship's sinking. If such a theory panned out, that'd make the Titanic sinking a precursor
I'm just.
to that of the Lithuania.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Lithuania.
God.
In 1915, a German U-boat torpedoed. I can't do a German accent. I gave it my best shot.
Did you?
What was that TV show? It just reminded me of that TV
Hogan's
show.
Heroes?
Hogan's Heroes, yeah. that one big
Colonel
fat German
Klink.
dude. Or Colonel Klink, yeah, but it was a big fat German guy. It's just that was what was running through my mind the whole fucking time. Awesome, Richard. Perfect. You could pass for a German.
So, the precursor.
I've never wished for the Inglorious Bastards to burst into a room and beat somebody with a bat more than tonight.
So,
Go on.
Yes, continue.
It is hypothesized that a German U-boat torpedoed the British ocean liner off the coast of Ireland. No, fuck that. I'm not doing that anymore. Off the coast of Ireland, killing 1,198 people.
Off the coast of an island?
Ireland.
Ireland.
While the theory lacks an abundance of evidence, it's clearly not outside the realm of possibility. A number of Titanic survivors reported to have noticed an unidentified vessel approximately 5 to 6 miles away from the sinking ship, which reportedly lingered until 2 a.m., according to Dr. Franklin Rule's piece in the Huffington Post. Oh, we use that one a lot. Cited news source of the Fortean Slip.
That's right.
Bread and butter, the Huffington Post. Gotta give those boys a shout out, although they failed me tonight. Rule speculated that the craft was possibly a submarine that had surfaced to assess the damage it had caused, after which time it skulked off, and also cited survivor testimony about a number of explosions that seemed to go off deep within the ship.
Dude, German pirate.
Fuck me. What in the hell is going on with your goddamn microphone?
Sorry, my ferret grabbed it.
Oh.
Well, yeah, we all have those issues.
Often.
A pirate German. A German pirate. Okay.
No. No.
That sub may have delivered. No.
That wasn't it. That one was wrong.
Yeah. Or Zar. This sub may have delivered. No. Can't do it. If it sounds
I like
wrong,
the attempt, though.
I'm so glad you can't. Continue. Can we get past the German U-boat thing?
I don't know. It's given us a lot of joy.
Is it?
It has. Yes, it has.
Oh,
Steve's enjoying it, and you, well, your heart's 3 sizes too small, so.
That's
Yeah.
right. Read the story like Dr. Seuss. That would be awesome.
No.
Okay.
No? 1 ship, 2 ship, red ship, blue ship. Oh, the places you'll go, Richard.
Okay, German U-boat. Is there any real evidence?
Yeah, survivor witness testimony.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I like the Mummy better.
The sub may have deliberately targeted the luxury liner or possibly accidentally collided with it.
Were the Germans and the British upset with each other at the time, or?
This was 2 years before World War One.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'd say maybe. I don't know. Well, World War One. Who was who? What? I forget who was good and bad.
The Germans were technically the bad guys. The problem with World War One was that it was just too much trouble not to have a war. Everyone had
you have to have a war.
And they wanted paying and stuff, and they were just hanging around getting on people's nerves. So it was decided just to have a big rumble. And like World War II, which could have been avoided, World War I was inevitable.
Yeah.
Ironically, if we'd listened to America at the end of World War One, we could have completely avoided World War Two.
I just imagine World War One, like West Side Story, and they're all snapping their fingers and shit. Yeah. Getting their knives out. That's how I imagine it.
That's pretty much what happened. I mean, it was just pathetic. But yes, Kaiser Wilhelm I, whatever his number was the bad guy in World War One.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Some say he was framed.
Ah.
Right, so we move on to our fourth theory.
We got through 3 already?
What was the third one?
The third one was
U-boat.
German U-boat.
Pay attention, Chris.
Oh, yeah, we did. Oh, okay, yeah, I remember now.
There was a mummy.
Sorry. I'm
There was
getting
a
lost.
U-boat.
Catholic white supremacists, mummy,
Yes,
German U-boat.
Yeah, I got lost between the Catholic thing and the mummy. Yep. Continue.
So this one's, unlike our other 3 theories, this one's kind of sane. Or a little bit saner than the others. Which
U-boats
is,
are sane. I mean, they exist and stuff.
well, yeah, I know, but not like, it's not as outlandish as the others.
Okay.
It's simply that the Titanic never sank.
Ah. Well, that's not outlandish at all.
I'm just going to let that sink in. Yes, I was being sarcastic.
I see what you did there. Let that sink in.
Quite clever, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
I used that great joke to break the ice.
Fucking douche.
Come on. Smile, Chris. It's the second best thing you can do with your mouth.
No, sit in that for a fucking minute, you piece of shit.
It's hilarious. Steve's laughing.
It is so not hilarious.
Steve's laughing.
That fucking
I'm laughing at the
goddamn
whole situation.
fucking joke. Blah.
Yeah. The
Okay.
Titanic didn't sink at all.
Yeah, this is number 4, that the Titanic.
What did it
never
do?
Well, that's the thinking behind one particular conspiracy theory. According to this idea, the Olympic, the Titanic's older, nearly identical sister ship, was actually the one that went down.
Mm.
But what would have been the point of switching the ships in secret, I hear you ask, telepathically? Because, like,
What would be the
I
point
didn't
of
ask that at
switching
all,
this-
but okay.
What would be the point of switching the ships in secret, Richard?
Thank you for asking, Steve. Well, in the book Titanic, the Ship That Never Sank, researcher Robin Gardiner wrote that the whole... The hell was that?
That was my wife. Go on.
Wrote that the whole disaster was the result of an insurance scam by the International Mercantile Marine Company, which owned the White Star Line. The Olympic and the Titanic were both White Star Line vessels. See the connection there? Yeah. According to Gardner's theory, the trouble started when the Olympic crashed into a warship in 1911 and was blamed for the accident in an ensuing inquiry. As a result, the White Star Line, an IMM subsidiary, was unable to receive an insurance pay. I'm just going to stop right there. How the hell do you accidentally crash into a warship?
In the middle of the ocean.
This is just like damn sea hogs. Motherfucker's been tailgating me for 3 months. Did you get out and exchange your insurance information?
That's the funniest thing that's happened on this show tonight.
Wow.
No, I'm having a manic swing. You make me.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay.
Right, so Gardner theorized that the line fixed up the Olympic as best it could.
Keep this going so we can listen to him go back down.
By allowing the wounded ship to continue on under assumed name, the company could collect the insurance payment while it sunk. Right, that makes sense. So that makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense. You have a good ship and a bad ship. They're nearly identical. You sink the bad ship.
Aha.
Yeah. And collect the money on it. But say you sunk the good ship because it's worth more.
Right, exactly.
Makes perfect sense.
Exactly. See, I told you it wasn't that outlandish.
No.
The alleged intent wasn't to kill anybody on board, which is pretty good idea because you'd get done for murder if you did that on purpose. Like 50,000 people died, and that was not funny at all. But if the plan had gone off without a hitch, the ship would have sunk slowly and close to another ship that could subsequently rescue the crew and passengers. So what went wrong? According to Gardner, the liner ended up accidentally running over a darkened rescue ship, which passengers and crew members would later mistake for an iceberg. Right. So the blog, The Ultimate Titanic.
Two ships sunk.
Two ships? Yeah, the rescue ship and the Olympic. So that all makes total sense. Now I'm totally on board with this.
Because when they dive down and look at the wreckage, there's always been evidence of two ships sinking.
There has?
No.
Oh.
Steve was making it funny. That was quite amusing.
I wasn't trying to be funny. I'm just saying it's pretty easy to determine at that one.
I need 5 minutes. Can you guys cover for 5 minutes?
5 minutes?
Oh.
That's all it's going to take you?
Yeah. Oh. 5 minutes. That's rough, Steve.
He's already gone.
What are we going to do, Steve? I mean...
We could talk like pirates.
No.
No,
I
just
can't.
kidding. We're not going to do that.
No, I can't do it. I won't do it. It's
man, I'm having a good time tonight.
It's poppycock, Steve. Well, I won't stoop to that level. I'll do a David Childress voice, but...
Oh, you do that a lot, though. It's kind of getting old.
It's not getting old, Steve. You need to learn, see, I don't do it the whole show. Right? Like, this isn't like Richard's pirate voice. I don't sit there and talk like David Childress the whole show.
But
I pepper it in.
Yes. So you do it appropriately.
And I keep the bit going for as long as humanly possible.
Right.
Much like the Mick West bit.
Yeah, well.
Which we kind of had to retire because somebody fucking did get me Mick West.
Which we never expected.
No. Who the fuck expected that?
And for what it's worth, we haven't heard from Mick West since.
And why would we? I mean,
he probably went back and listened to some of our other shows and went,
why did I do that fucking show? What a bunch of assholes.
We've
although, we are in the same vein as him. Like we take a skeptical view on things or a realistic view on things.
He takes it seriously.
Yeah, he's a debunker, really.
Yes.
I mean, and what did he say he started with? Was it chemtrails?
I think so, yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
which is total bullshit.
Oh yeah. But having him on the show was fantastic. I couldn't have been.
Richard's on. I was looking at my Facebook page today, and I see that Ryan Redding is making his own Bigfoot. It's pretty cool.
Making a Bigfoot?
Yeah, he's cutting it out of plywood and shit.
Animatronic?
I don't know. But it looked pretty good.
He's cutting it out of plywood. So he's making like a silhouette thing.
Yes.
Is he going to try to fake some fucking videos?
I don't know. I
got chased through the woods by a guy in a Bigfoot costume once, Steve.
I know this. Yes. You've said it many times.
Yeah. It was pretty interesting.
Let's see. He's got 2 more minutes.
That you keeping track?
Well, yeah, I don't like to be lied to, so I'm keeping track. I mean, he said 5 stories last week, and it turned out to be 12. So I want to make sure that we keep track of his lies.
Yes. He may not come back.
He might not.
It's possible, I mean, we never know.
I'm going to guess he had to go get some throat lozenges or something.
That pirate voice is going to kill him.
I wonder if they got a Dollar General over there, like right down the street. You could just walk across the street or something.
No, because they have pounds, Steve.
Oh, a Pound General? No, that doesn't even sound right.
Pound General. Yeah, that didn't sound right either. I should sit in that one for a minute.
See, if we had done any research on the Titanic, we could have carried the show.
Yeah, but we didn't.
Only, I messed up.
You fucking dropped a story, didn't you?
No, I got it back. It's good.
Ah, good.
I clicked the wrong thing and it went away.
Yeah, I mean, we've put this on to Richard. Well, actually,
he's good at
no,
it.
technically, he put it on to himself,
But he's good at it.
and he enjoys doing it.
Yes, he does.
So,
And I enjoy the pirate voice.
I really don't.
I have returned.
Oh, wow!
Perfect timing. I was keeping track, Richard.
Like Jesus, Richard is back.
Speak of the devil, and I shall appear.
Oh, fuck.
Jesus hasn't returned.
Oh.
By the way, according to all the church people I know.
No, he did after the resurrection.
Well, he came back, yes, but he's supposed to come back again.
Yeah.
And as far as I know,
he's not back.
Well, unless I missed the news story somewhere.
Huh. Maybe he is, but he's just not. He hasn't announced it yet.
Well, that's true. I've heard that theory. We should do Jesus conspiracies.
Really?
I bet you there are some.
You really want to just fucking end this show, don't you?
Riding it to zero.
Some days I do.
Rate
yes.
2-0.
Well, I had a better idea for next week's show, but we could do that if you want.
No, let's get through the Titanic conspiracies first.
Very well. So that is the fourth one, that the Titanic never sank and was in fact replaced with the Olympic, which ran into a Navy warship and then a rescue ship.
That's just carelessness.
That fucking captain was useless.
Yeah. I hope they fired him.
They should have. They should have
now,
fired
what would happen?
Gross professional misconduct.
Yeah, that's what would have happened in today's, society.
No,
Back
today's
then, just keep trying. You'll get it right one of these days.
Be the little ship captain that could. By God, one day he got one ship from Ireland to America without crashing it.
Nice.
All right. Next.
Right, so that was number 4. Okay, so here we go for our final conspiracy theory. Now, I had a choice because there are many, many Titanic conspiracy theories.
Right.
And last week was too many, so I thought I'll just round this down to 5. And this one's by far my favorite because it has everything you could want in a conspiracy theory. A man powerful and wealthy enough to play God, overly complicated methods of assassination, a mass casualty event, and the Federal Reserve Bank. I defy you to think of a better conspiracy recipe than that.
What?
What?
Yeah, that's a conspiracy recipe for sure.
Okay.
Throw that all into a melting pot and see what bubbles up. There is a theory out there that J.P. Morgan sank the Titanic in order to pave the way for the establishment of the Federal Reserve Bank in the U.S.
Makes perfect
the bank's
sense.
Creation was reportedly opposed by millionaire John Jacob Astor, mining magnate Benjamin Guggenheim, and Macy's co-owner Isidore Straus. Isidore. That's a really cool name, that is.
I don't think that's a cool name at all.
What do you think is a cool name? You're going to say
not
Steve,
Isidore.
aren't you?
No, that's a horrible name. I don't wish that on anybody.
Steven.
Wait a minute. Is this the last conspiracy?
Hey,
Yeah.
watch your mouth there.
I thought you said aliens was going to be in this.
I had a choice between aliens and
you
the mummy.
dropped the aliens.
It is a conspiracy theory that aliens sunk the Titanic for.
There he goes.
human
Now he did
artifacts.
6 stories. Thanks, Chris.
Sorry. I mean, I was told aliens.
An alien spaceship disguised itself as an iceberg and then shot down the Titanic.
Really? That's the fucking conspiracy?
And then went down to the bottom of the ocean with the ship and harvested human specimens.
Specimens?
Specimens.
Use your fucking words
It
there.
turned into fish on the way down. So they
You claim that you Brits fucking invented the fucking English language, so fucking use it, ass.
You know what else I invented? Doing your mum. Boom.
Oh, God.
Mic drop.
Hmm.
I've never heard Chris speechless. Huh.
Hmm. Hmm.
That was
All
good.
right.
I have to admit, that was good, Richard. I didn't see that one coming.
So there's the scene. The Titanic is on its way to Newfoundland,
Still?
and this alien spaceship descends from the sky, doesn't shoot the Titanic there and then,
No, well, that
Instead-
is too obvious.
lands in the sea, takes
Yes.
the form of an iceberg, then uses a laser to cut a hole in the Titanic's hull, sinks it, and then goes down to the bottom of the ocean with the ship.
No, I think you were right. You should go with the J.P. Morgan story.
And that conspiracy theory sounded so fucking retarded to me. Which, as a schizophrenic, I'm allowed to use that word.
Okay.
But
I was gonna question your usage of the word, but you explained.
that conspiracy theory was so fucking stupid. I was like, I am not going to sully the name of the Fortean Slip.
it. You can't.
Yeah. Like,
I'm
seriously?
not going to tarnish our unquestionable integrity by including
What integrity?
that was the joke.
Oh,
Yeah, go with the J.P.
I
Morgan
didn't
story.
realize you were being facetious there, Richard.
I was being proper facetious.
Carry on.
Yeah, right, give me a sec.
Yeah, we got to take the dramatic pause so we can edit here.
We edit?
No, we don't.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Barely ever
Right.
edited this show.
Well, you used to. We used
No.
to record.
very, very little.
I recorded it. I recorded, but I
Something Matt Knapp
did
said.
not edit. There are only a couple of times I've edited. One of which was when our former co-host.
By the way, I was in that part of the state the other day where the person he was referring to. We won't go any further.
Hmm.
I was just there yesterday, in fact.
Yeah,
didn't see
where he called a certain person pretty much a slut.
Well, I mean, it wasn't untrue.
No, I completely agreed with him, but I just didn't want it going out over the air.
Would you now? Would you still edit that out?
Yes.
Okay.
Just because you can't. There's certain things that you just can't or shouldn't say.
It was great though.
Oh, it was fucking wonderful. I mean, don't get me wrong.
And I have nothing against women, or I don't think women tend to be that way. But when it's true, it's true. I mean,
Oh, he's only in the chat room.
Who?
Matt.
He's in the chat
Matt's
room?
in the chat room?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Why isn't he on the show?
Yeah, no shit.
All right, J.P. Morgan, go.
Right, yes. So the bank's creation was reportedly opposed by millionaire John Jacob Astor, mining magnate Benjamin Guggenheim, and Macy's co-owner Isidore Straus. These three wealthy men did indeed lose their lives when the Titanic sank.
Huh.
So that's it. So they're opposed to the federal bank, and they died in the Titanic. That's the story so far.
How did Mr. Morgan
We're
accomplish this?
sticking to it.
Right, this incredibly convoluted assassination plan was put into motion by J.P. Morgan, allegedly. Astor was last seen clinging to the side of a raft. Guggenheim, whose body was never recovered, reportedly put a rose in his buttonhole and quipped, "We've dressed up in our best and are prepared to go down like gentlemen." And Strauss died alongside his wife Ida, who refused to leave her husband's side as the ship sank. I would not go down like a gentleman. Could I just say that?
I wouldn't either.
I would have put a dress and a wig on and pretended to be a woman or child to get off that ship. Okay, I have no decency or honor. I would do everything in my power to survive.
Like George on Friends, and he threw the old lady out of the way to get because he thought it
On
on
Friends?
fire. Yeah, George. He threw the old lady out of the way.
On Friends?
Seinfeld. Whatever
Jesus
the fuck. You know what I
Christ.
meant.
You can't compare Friends and Seinfeld. Seinfeld
No,
was
you can't.
actually
You're right.
funny for one thing.
I like both shows. I watched both.
Can't stand Friends.
Okay, continue.
But there was a monkey for a while.
Yes,
Yeah.
there was a monkey. That's
Yeah.
fucking.
We have one of those on this show too.
And he smokes a
And
lot
he
of
just
pot.
laughed.
Boom! Second burn of the night.
Really?
You're just
You
taking
think
it up the ass tonight.
you think so, Richard?
I think he was referring to me, but I think he may change his mind.
I was just turn that around. Boom, boom, boom. Chris locks them up. I knock them down.
Yeah, do you?
Babe Ruth, Babe Richard points out and
Did we
hits him
ever-
over.
What the fuck is that?
I don't know.
You fucking jackass.
So, okay, but Morgan, JP Morgan, dodged death and disaster when he cancelled his trip in the 11th hour. So right at the last minute, he was like, yes, I'm
Chris
not to
should
go.
dodge disaster and cancel this fucking show.
We, see, it would have been more believable if Morgan was on the ship.
Right, yeah, but I imagine that he's twiddling his mustache and smoking a cigar as he goes, I'm not actually going on the Titanic. And he laughs evilly to like a backdrop of organ music. No, I'm imagining.
Mr. Bond.
Yes, exactly that. Exactly that. He's like this massive, intelligent, evil genius in this one.
You know,
Right.
I thought when you came up with the topic for this show, Richard, I'm thinking, oh, God, this is going to suck. But I was wrong.
It's been a good show, hasn't it? We've all had a good life.
You've just enjoyed it so much.
I have,
You have
actually.
Stop laughing.
Look at
I'll
Titanic
do the German
conspiracies.
voice again for you during the news if you want.
Oh God.
No, see, you shouldn't tell
Fuck
me
my
ahead of
life.
time.
So, the powerful financier owned the White Star Line. As such, he had his own personal suite, promenade deck, and specially designed bath on the ship. That's fucking walking around money right there. Say, I've got my own bath on a ship. I mean, he was swanky of the swanky back then. I don't know what you compare that to. Your own plane today? A bathtub on a plane?
Bathtub on a plane.
Okay.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's it.
Sure.
That's it. I opened it up to
You're supposed to end it.
Yeah. No. That's all you.
Don't just go silent. That's not how that works.
Oh, okay. So I asked a question.
And we answered it.
Right.
Not great. I mean, we didn't give a great answer, but we answered it, and then you just went silent.
Sometimes I just want to give you nothing.
That's what I gave your mum last night.
Oh, look at Joe. Oh. Funny boy. I'm glad you're amusing yourself, Richard.
I'm corpsing bad here. Just give me that.
Oh,
Okay, I'm
geez.
sorry.
How can you have
Okay,
a bad
so-
day? This shit, huh?
I've had a very good time.
That's
Morgan was supposedly to be on the ship, but decided to skip the maiden
Thought you were
voyage at
done.
the last second. No,
right. Okay.
I haven't even gotten to the meat of the conspiracy yet.
Oh,
You guys keep interrupting me with fucking alien conspiracies and Chris's mum. So what reason would Morgan have to allegedly sink his own ship? Conspiracy theorists say that in the interest of clearing away opposition to the Federal Reserve Bank, Morgan somehow manipulated all of his rivals to sail on the maiden voyage so that he could sink it. It is a bit weird that he didn't go on the ship. It was his maiden voyage and he owned it. I mean, it may just be a
there
coincidence.
was
but
more
it
than
is-
one ship.
But
He
it
owned
is a
more
bit
than one
weird.
ship.
Yeah, but still, the Titanic was a
Can't go
big
on the
deal.
maiden. You can't go on the maiden voyage of every ship. I mean, when would you have time to do things?
But the Titanic was a big deal. It had that whole system
Drop
with
something,
the
Steve?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's all right. I got it. I picked it up. It's all good.
with the honeycomb design where they would lower bulkheads, so it was supposed to be unsinkable. I mean, it was a big deal.
Anytime they say unsinkable or like what did they say about the Hindenburg?
Wasn't it?
Right. You don't do that. You can't, like, if you said an airplane was uncrashable, what's going to happen? A fucking thing's going to crash.
Yeah. Of course it's going to crash.
Yeah. You don't say that.
Okay.
You do.
No.
You just keep pushing it until fate loses. One day it'll happen.
Okay. You're just asking for trouble when you do shit like that.
But and another reason is it's almost unimaginable that Morgan could have gotten all three of his major rivals to take that fateful trip.
Well, like you said, it was a big thing. So
yeah, but he didn't.
All the socialites were on that ship. I mean, big people, big names on that ship.
I mean, on the one hand, you've got all these weird coincidences, and on the other,
Bigly.
There had to be an easier way of fucking killing three people.
Yeah.
Than making a ship sail into an iceberg.
Yeah. How did he manufacture the iceberg? I mean, does it say that in the story?
Yeah, apparently he told the captain to follow a specific course which he knew would take them into an iceberg's path.
So he knew exactly where the iceberg would be.
Yeah, that's where it gets a bit silly.
Yeah.
But the rest of it's pretty
How do you
get
the iceberg to cooperate with the story, though?
Imagine you bribe it with walruses or polar bears. They like polar bears.
They just got a captain like that one that was driving the Exxon Valdez.
I promise we will stop global warming until the 2000s, and that's what he said to the iceberg, apparently.
Aye.
Yeah, I know that was bad. That was worse. That was the worst one I've ever come up with.
No.
I'm just gonna,
Yep. Shut your
you
fucking
didn't even
mouth.
have to say anything
Yeah.
because I already knew.
So there ye have it, dear listeners.
Oh,
5 faithful conspiracy theories about the sinking of the Titanic. Was it just unfortunate luck that took that sea to Davy Jones' locker? Or was it an overly convoluted insurance scheme, an Egyptian mummy, a German U-boat, or an assassination attempt? We give you the facts. Ye decide for yourself.
Give any facts.
Oh, shut up. Just...
There wasn't a single fact in any of that except the fact that...
Are there any stories of, like, ferrets attacking their masters and killing them? I would like to hear one of those eventually someday and not have Richard get back to me.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, that was fucking a hoot.
That was great. I enjoyed myself. I thought it was one of our best shows.
I know you did. As you should have. It's right up your alley, Steve. I mean,
Yep.
I was thinking. While I was looking into these Titanic conspiracies, I found a lot of reports of alien invasions.
Yes.
Farms and cities and stuff where aliens apparently show up and try to kill people or something. We should do a show on that.
On alien invasions?
On alien invasions.
Possibly.
Or we could do the Goblin invasion of 1955.
Oh.
I do like me some goblins.
Yeah. Big news in 1955.
I do like me some goblins. That's a possibility too, Richard. I mean, there's many routes we could travel.
Aye.
But however, I prefer that we travel them without a fucking pirate voice.
He asked for the pirate voice
I
tonight.
didn't ask for shit.
I
He
asked for
did. We could rewind the show and you'll be like, yeah, do the pirate voice.
We don't have fucking replay, so
Well, I'll listen to it and send you the
you
time.
never listen to the fucking show.
That's not true. I listened to the Charles Fort one.
Yeah.
You did? Why?
Yeah. I like that.
Did you
want
want to be depressed? That's what I do when I want to be depressed. I listen to the show.
And then, you brightened your day.
Usually, actually, I listen to the show a lot just for my own. What's the word I'm looking for? I learn from it.
Edification.
What do you learn?
Well, a lot of times when we're doing the show, when we're in the midst of it, I feel like it's shit. Because I'm very critical of myself or critical of what's going on. But then I'll go back and listen to it, and a lot of times I'm like, that's a lot better than what I thought it was. But and it's a learning experience, paying attention to how things go, the flow, so on and so forth. So
I listened to the John Teacher one again.
Yeah.
That was fun.
That crazy motherfucker.
That guy was insane.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
he was as crazy as the Doomsday Preppers I hoped were.
Yeah.
Which weren't at all.
No.
Which weren't. Which were relatively sane. How does that happen? We get the only two sane Doomsday Preppers.
Anywho, on that note, Steve, do you have any news this week?
In fact, I do. Remember last week?
Da 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 da. Here comes Steve with the news.
Can you do that in a pirate voice?
No.
Here comes Steve with the news.
It's bad enough that he does the fucking theme.
Here be Captain Steve.
I mean, come on, Steve. Let's not ruin it anymore.
From National Public Radio, the website, actually. Remember last week we had the story about the shutdown of the New Mexico Observatory?
Yes.
Well, this week we have the update that I promised we would get, because I knew, I'm not stupid, that this would be solved within a few
Was
days.
it a government conspiracy or even aliens?
No. Shutdown of the New Mexico Observatory was tied to investigation into child pornography.
That not be what I was expecting.
No, it's not what anybody expected.
Well, in that respect, it was surprising.
Yes. Well, I told you they would solve this problem within a week, and I was right. Newly unsealed court documents have explained the mysterious closure of a New Mexico observatory earlier this month, revealing that authorities were investigating one of the facility's janitors for possession and distribution of child pornography. The Sunspot Solar Observatory at Sacramento Peak was shut down for 11 days for a security issue, and its closure drew cheeky speculation that authorities were investigating the presence of UFOs. According to a warrant application, which was filed last week and unsealed a few days ago, the FBI was examining the observatory, but not for the presence of aliens. In the affidavit, an FBI agent wrote that she was looking at the activities of an individual who was utilizing the wireless internet services of the National Solar Observatory in New Mexico to download and distribute child pornography. After authorities seized a laptop computer in the facility with images of said child pornography, the warrant application, I'm working on it. The warrant application says an employee observed the janitor's behavior at the facility becoming frantic.
When did you become a janitor at the observatory?
I do not get into that sort of thing. Yeah, that's just wrong.
I kind of feel like
You've
you
gone
need to
too
do
far.
news in a pirate voice.
I don't do a pirate voice.
Well, you must do a voice.
Yes, I do.
The one that he's
A
doing
different
right now.
voice.
I'll do it right now. He repeatedly approached the employee throughout the day with
There you
questions about missing items and lacks security.
It
So-
lacks panache.
Yeah, I'll do better next time.
No, you
Anyway,
won't.
That would be acceptable.
Dude,
Will you shut
Dude.
the fuck up?
I have a word of advice for anybody who's into child pornography First of all, don't. Second of all, if you work for the government and you're using their Wi-Fi, you probably ought to think twice of doing something like that. Just saying.
Are you serious?
I said don't do it.
They were seriously using the Wi-Fi.
At the observatory,
They didn't just have it on their laptop. They were using... Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, didn't you listen to the story I just read?
This is Trump's
Pay attention.
America.
Pay attention, Richard.
Right? This
Pay
is
attention.
Trump's America.
Trump's
Even
America. He shut it. They shut it down, so that's a good thing, right?
Even the child pornographers are getting stupider.
Okay.
No, I think they've already been pretty much stupid. Just saying. From theguardian.com, what is behind the decline of the UFO sightings? I didn't know there was a decline. What?
There's been considerably less UFOs lately.
Huh. This month, the two major online sites for reporting UFOs, the National UFO Reporting Center and the
Even
Mutual
aliens have given up on
Network, both documented steep drops in worldwide sightings. The decline started around 2014 when reports were at a peak. They have since reduced drastically to 55% of that year's combined total. Many UFO interest groups have folded, and numerous previously classified government documents have been disclosed. Do these declines reveal that UFO interest is becoming a blip on the human cultural radar? Perhaps UFO and alien lore is seeming more like a reflection of human culture tied to the space age, motivated by conquering new blah, blah, blah frontiers.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yes. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
It might not be a coincidence that the term UFO, or
the technical term for it, blah, blah, blah.
Object, yes. And some of the phenomena that surrounds it, abductions and impossible technologies, are relatively recent. Before the 1940s, reports of sightings and objects in the sky were extremely rare. Centuries of recorded history give no clear indication of any such activity. That's not true. There's been reports. Then at the pre-dawn of the space age, around the time of the Roswell conspiracy,
turned out those were just Chinese lanterns.
Yeah. Possible answers as to why the sightings are decreasing are varied. A key factor, however, may be that more people simply don't care. And we are accustomed to being inundated with wild claims churned out by politicians, media, advertisers, and so forth. The next report of a UFO is no more believed than the long-range weather forecast. Before home video photographs were the staple of UFO evidence. Video evidence during the height of the 90s UFO mania was regarded by many as even more substantial. Amateur footage of glowing objects in the sky, as mysterious as they seemed real, made the cut for appearing on television. They were meant to be taken seriously, and they fed an audience hungry for amazement, helped by a healthy dose of conspiracy theorizing.
Steve! Oh, sorry.
So it's just people are sick of fake news, maybe. Maybe that's the whole thing. People are just sick of fake news.
I'm sick of fake news, Steve.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, me too.
Hmm.
They talk about Sharon Hill, who is a researcher on the paranormal and pseudoscience, and she says the ideas about UFOs and aliens continue to evolve as we project our social and cultural ideas on them. Since we have no single easy explanation for all of these claims regarding the decline in sightings, the future vision of ufology seems
so
rather
bright.
open-ended.
Wear shades.
I don't think it's dead, just changing. That's what she says.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
Uh,
That is the news,
Brilliant.
fellas.
Fuck.
Oh, for as little as $1, you can support The Guardian, and it only takes a minute.
Oh.
Can I not send you 3 stories?
That was
you sent me 2. Oh, no, wait, there is one more. You're right.
No.
You sent me 2. I found 1.
Yeah.
The Loch Ness Monster. This is according to the Press and Journal, Aberdeen Journals Limited, whatever that is.
I have no idea.
Yeah. The Loch Ness Monster is nearly worth 41 million pounds a year to the Scottish economy, new research reveals. The total is 11 million more than previous estimate. compiled 4 years ago, and is said to be a conservative calculation. The study carried out by chartered accountant Gary Campbell, who also keeps the official register of sightings of the creature, uses the most up-to-date visitor figures for the Loch Ness area. Confidential commercial.
£41 million.
That's a lot of money.
That is a lot of cheddar for a
Cheddar?
cryptid. Yeah,
Yeah.
cheddar. Cashola. Wonga.
Cheese?
Moolah.
Cha-ching.
Clams.
Confidential commercial data was supplied by a whole range of tourism operators and other businesses throughout the summer. And it shows that, myth or fact, Nessie is a monster moneymaker for the Highlands. We analyzed the number of people that visit the attractions around the loch, along with those who took to the water to try to get a closer look for the beast, and then took other research into tourism and into tourism spend on overnight accommodation and food, said Mr. Campbell.
People go looking for Bigfoot just by camping. Do you think people camp in the middle of Loch Ness and that's how they look for Nessie?
It's kind of
Not
wet.
in the middle of the loch. They sail.
Yeah, obviously they have to wear scuba equipment and stuff.
Right, if they're camping in the
Is
middle of the loch. It would
It's
be
hard
a
to
little bit
build a fire in the middle of the loch.
Well, there's a few small islands in Loch Ness.
I'm going to invent waterproof fire. That would be something else. Well, they already have. I mean, you can put a flare underwater and it still goes. Yeah.
There you go.
So we'd be all right.
We
So
could
there.
napalm Richard and throw him into the water.
Ooh, edgy.
Anyway, that, fellas, is the news. Unlike
Bum, 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 bum,
my
bum,
other
bum, bum,
statement.
bum, 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 bum. There goes Steve with the news.
R.
Yeah.
Fuck my life. It's never gonna end. Huh.
Never.
Fuck off. This has been the Fortean Slip, episode 43. It's a conspiracy of Titanic proportions. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. If you like this shit, hit the little thumbs up button. If you don't, hit the little thumbs down button. Leave a comment. Subscribe. Check out Richard's comic strip, Bigfootin' with Keith and Colin on Facebook.
It's
Check out.
balls.
Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Check out Parabreakdown on YouTube at youtube.com/Parabreakdown so he can not make any more money. Check out, as always, Matt Knapp at youtube.com/BigfootCrossroads and support the wonderful, awesome, amazing Fred Dunn, Dred Funn at dredfunn.com and youtube.com/Dred Funn. We will return next week with another episode that's a bag of shit. See ya!